So you've seen a lot of talks of the gold medalist Noah Lyles saying you're not a world champion if you won the basketball world champion, whatever it is. So do you think if you win the Super Bowl, you're a world champion?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different because you only play American football in America. So it's like
You are a world champion.
so yeah, you kind of are definitely the world champion. I mean, I feel like the NBA is definitely world champions too. What do you think would?
Because you got to think, like, whenever the players go back to their countries and play for their countries, those same players are in the NBA.
No, for sure.
So it's like, of course, I feel like they're world champions if you win the championship.
Noah Lyles' controversial world champion statement sparks debate between Shedeur Sanders and Deion Jr. When you're among the top stars of your domain, you attract a lot of attention, and no one is probably experiencing this as much as Noah Lyles. While the sprinter is currently taking time off from the tracks after his golden feat at the Paris Olympics, ghosts of days past continue to mar the celebrations. With Lyles' World Champions of What? From 2023 still a hot topic in the US, collegiate football phenoms have now entered the chat. In a podcast episode of Too Legendary with Shedeur Sanders, uploaded on YouTube on August 28th, the host and his brother Deion Jr. shared their take on the whole Noah Lyles NBA debate. At one point in the podcast, two-time Super Bowl winner Deion Sanders' son asked his sibling about his thoughts on the Olympian's comment. Deion pondered, "Do you think if you win the Super Bowl you're a world champion?" However, Deion Jr. couldn't wait for an answer and went on to say, "I think it's different because you only play American football in America." The Colorado Buffaloes QB Shedeur also agreed with the sentiment and said, "Yeah, you are a world champion." The brothers also noted that the case is similar for the basketball community as well. The collegiate football star also explained the reasoning behind his thought process. Whenever the players go back to their countries and play for their countries, those same players are in the NBA. "Of course, I feel like the world champions," Sanders said. "I feel like the NBA is definitely world champions too." Deion Jr. also seemed to be on board with Shedeur's take on the matter, as the duo sort of surmised that Noah Lyles might have been over his head when he took the dig at basketball stars last year. However, the iconic Deion Sanders' sons aren't the only ones who have gone after the runner for his controversial comments. A destructive chain reaction sparked by Noah Lyles. Ever since Noah Lyles made the vexed remarks last year after his triumphs at the 2023 World Championships, chaos has taken away his peace. Athletes and fans from all walks of life have come together to jeer at the three-time Olympic medalist for his seemingly ignorant view of basketball players' achievements. Soon after Lyles' statements came to the fore, NBA icon Kevin Durant responded with a retort of his own, claiming the Florida native should seek help. "Somebody help this brother," Durant smirked on social media. The USA Basketball's official X handle also took a potshot at the sprinter amidst the drama after they secured the Olympic gold in Paris earlier this month. Devin Booker, Durant's teammate from the Phoenix Suns, went as far as to claim that he would show Lyles his place in a race over 200 meters if they ever crossed paths on the tracks. However, 2021 Finals MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks didn't see many problems with Noah's snarky comments.
Everybody's seeing things at the same lens, so we're just ready to play against a new opponent and keep playing against those guys in practice because that's getting very boring.
So you've seen a lot of talks of the gold medalist Noah Lyles saying you're not a world champion if you won the basketball world champion, whatever it is. So do you think if you win the Super Bowl, you're a world champion?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different because you only play American football in America.
Yeah,
So it's like
you are a world champion.
So yeah, you kind of are definitely the world champion. I mean, I feel like the NBA is definitely world champions too. What do you think would?
Because you got to think, like, whenever the players go back to their countries and play for their countries, those same players are in the NBA.
No, for sure.
So it's like, of course, I feel like they're world champions if you win the championship.
What do you think will be more meaningful, winning a national championship or a Super Bowl? Or do you think they're equally as meaningful?
I don't know until I get there. I don't know what would mean more.
So what would your ideal season be this year?
A lot of wins.
Say God, Jesus Christ came down right now and was just talking to you on this podcast. Whatever you want this season to happen, I'm going to make it happen. Like, so what would be your perfect season?
A perfect season, of course, ends with a national championship.
I'm saying, but you got to, it's not selfish, but if he's telling you, I'm going to grant whatever you want to happen, I'm going to make your desires come true, to give you the desires of thy heart. That's Daddy's favorite verse, by the way. What would you say? Along with you, other than the national championship, what
For all 11 players on offense to get drafted.
Okay.
That's the ideal season for all of us to eventually be able to play each other in the league and all from that one team.
It's a beautiful thing. I think it's happened before. Like Alabama defenses and stuff.
LSU 2019.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are in the league.
So like that, for everybody to share success and be able to do a lot for their family and take care of their family for the rest of their life.
What do you think about the new college football playoffs?
I think it's cool. I think it's better than how it was.
So, right? It's 12 teams?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the number one of the Power Four?
I don't know the structure.
No, yeah, we got to be in there, bro.
Throwback 2. Let's go down memory lane.
What's something you wish you could tell your high school self?
Nothing, bro. I feel like I did it the right way. I feel like mentally I was in the right space. Everything was right for me.
So just put yourself into your middle school mind, your middle school self.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite artist in middle school, a musician?
In middle school, I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't even remember that far back. Like, I remember a couple moments but I don't really remember.
Okay.
Too deep on what artist was even cool.
Okay, your father was drafted in 1989. One of the most iconic used draft day pictures to this day. It gets brought up year after year, every time there's a draft. What is something that he did that you would also do too, or that gives you motivation on your draft day?
Well, I liked how luxury it looked.
Are you going to have as many chains on as he had? He has 1,000 of them on.
No, the value of mine would be more. I always tell him that. But back then, my goal was back then. But now I want them dime.
Okay.
Would you wear as many chains your dad had on for draft day?
What, the cameraman draft? Yeah. I'll definitely probably wear more. But
well, wasn't you at dad's draft day?
No, that was a little Billy. I'm not that old. That's old in a bit.
So you've been recording and filming everything and capturing everything from the high school days. What would you tell me that you know now to the old me in high school?
Honestly, like you said, nothing. I feel like everything that happened for a reason, and it's not like things went wrong for you. Even when they did, or if they did, it was a blessing that it went wrong. So you now know what you know today. So it's like, I wouldn't say do anything different. I wouldn't. It's like the movie, whatever. I wouldn't want to change nothing because then it might change the future. So it's like, nah.
Dang, what movie was that? I heard that before.
I forgot. Back to the Future or Back to the Past. You ever watch like old videos you see on Instagram or your Explore page, old videos of like Michael Jackson or the stars back in the day? How like insanely famous they were? Do you think anyone will have that like stardom today?
Yeah.
Or Michael Jackson, people would like look at him and pass out. He was like next level famous.
I think it could get to that, bro. It just depends on how legendary things is.
Okay.
But people do that to a lot of celebrities now whenever they see them in person after, because I feel like the world now is mostly online, bro.
So I feel like it was the mystique back then. It was.
Yeah, because they didn't have technology and all that like that.
Yeah, so when you actually saw these people, it was like, damn, this is really this person.
Instead, now you could go on live.
Versus like now everyone's really reachable.
And somebody's always going to have a show or appearance or something, that's you're able to see them in person.
You think social media hurts artists more these days than it helps them? Or do you think it helps rappers or singers more?
I think it's 50-50. It just depends. Like, okay, when it comes to, I feel like the money part, no, I don't think it hurts them kind of like financially because now it's more ways and more, like streams and all that stuff for you to make money. But then, like, if you want to have that stardom effect or that effect that those people have, how you said Michael Jackson back in the day and all that, it's like you've seen too much to be able to get that.
I think some people forget the role that they play in their music. Then they get online and they just act completely different.
Yeah, then their whole music say, yeah.
Then their whole like character that they portrayed, and it's like this person's not as cool as I thought. You know what I'm saying? It's
Like who?
Nah, we're not gonna do all that. But
you're the same person, bro. Even on your Twitter, bro, you the same person on your raps as you were on Twitter.
You just gotta be you. You just gotta live.
But the label control people sometimes. You give you freedom.
It's a blessing. My manager and my label is I'm signing Legendary Records. If y'all don't know. So
all artists tap in. If y'all need an opportunity, y'all know where to find me. No 360 deals.
Amen.
I just need a lot of percentage. But no 360.
It's more than 360.
Yeah. 720.
720 deal. I get 100%. All right, it's time for Two Time, where we learn what the legendary Two has been up to and what he's gotten himself into or what he's been into. So, speaking of what you've been into, when you're not watching film, preparing for this first game or preparing for any game, I saw you last week had a meeting with your receivers. What are you doing outside of that when you're not just working towards this goal of national championship?
Really just sitting back, relaxing. You got to, of course, clean up. I don't have housekeepers, so I got to vacuum, do laundry, do dishes and all that and that. The more space you have, bro, the more of a task that is. So
vacuuming is very therapeutic.
For you, that's how you kick people out your house.
Nah.
Hey, when the vacuum cut on, just know he wants everybody to leave discreetly, though.
Nah, I just like cleanliness, whatever.
Cleanliness.
Yeah, I just like stuff being clean. So
I think that's how you say it.
So I just vacuum. Just people just drop stuff on the ground and just act like they didn't. Bro, you saw what you just dropped. You saw that, but cool. Let me just vacuum it real quick.
So what's something in your household that you always lack?
That I'm always what?
In need for?
Paper towels. Paper towels just disappear. And I don't even use paper towels that much. I don't know if a person sneaks into my house and just uses all my paper towels.
Bro, because you don't order stuff in bulk. When I get trash bags, bulk. When I get paper towels, bulk. When I get soap, bulk.
I feel it.
You got to get everything in bulk.
I do. I need to start getting stuff in bulk. I was at Home Depot today, and they actually have, I'm going to start getting, a lot of household stuff from there because they have, a lot of bulk stuff there also.
I know you tell me all the time you watch it. You on Hulu, right? So what shows do you watch on there?
Hulu, a lot of the shows I watch, I've already finished the season, and I'm just waiting for season 2. They have, a lot of cool series, a lot of different sci-fi series. One would go back, I forgot. It's like the black chick could go back in time and see different things. I forgot. It's a lot of cool series, but I'm just waiting for season 2. But I also watch Family Guy on there a lot. They have the episodes there right after.
So what do you do in your free time when you're not filming or dropping videos? Just watch TV?
I just pray and read the Bible, bro. God is too good.
All right, so besides that, what else do you do?
Play NCAA sometimes, not even because I just like playing it, because I'm bored. Then when I get real bored, I just walk Jeffrey 1,000 times. Jeffrey might get...
So what did you used to do when you got bored?
Who knows?
I'm asking you, just tell us.
It's... Saying Dallas or something, it's like more places you could go to, hang out. More lounges, vibes that's around. But out here, it's really got to be in touch and in tune with yourself, with nature, God, with your poodle. So, now I'm just living. Enjoy the mountains. Go take a walk, smoke a cigar. FaceTime people. FaceTime Brittany. What about you? Who are you FaceTiming these days?
FaceTiming my people, bro.
Who does that consist of?
It's always keeping me level-headed, through everything. Just gotta stay focused, bro.
I think that's one thing that Daddy has taught, even just watching him, not directly taught, but he's taught that very well to everyone around has a responsibility. No one's just around him for fun. No one's just around him. Occasionally, he has his old friends who'll come over, hang out with him, but everyone else, like on day to day, if you around, even if you're his loved one, his friend, or whatever, like you have a responsibility. There's a reason for you being here. So, especially when you're working towards a goal, you don't
really necessarily have time to just be kicking it all the time and just act like life isn't real and that, you kind of running out of time.
And you never know when you're going to run out of time. So it's like you got to go get it and save a legacy.
Hulu Plus Live TV is where live sports meets entertainment and a place to watch NFL and college football all season long. You get over 95 live channels for sports, news, movies, and more. Plus, you can stream your favorite shows with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus included in your plan. And there's no long-term contracts, hidden fees, or cable boxes required with Hulu Plus Live TV.
All right, it's time for 4 Downs, where I ask Shedeur 4 specific questions. Number 1, the next Olympics, what year is it? 2020, 2028, 2028?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to be part of the flag football team?
No.
Why?
Because, bro, you could get injured, bro.
But you could be a gold medalist. There's no gold medalist for football players.
Yeah, bro. I don't like that, bro. Then you just had a full season?
Understandable. What is the locker room playlist before like games? What's the locker
I honestly don't
playlist?
know what they play in the locker room, bro. I got my helmet up. I got my headphones on. Then I go like in the bathroom area, where the showers and all that is. And I just put a chair in there and just be able to just be at peace, and just play kind of like what I play. Because I like quarterbacks know, like when it's right before the game and all that, like I don't want to be turning up. I don't want to be doing I want to be able to focus and mentally prepare, mentally get in tune and be ready for what's about to happen out there. So it's like you going into a whole different mode.
So what is something you do to relax or like?
And then if like a lot of people's walking around me and all that, and I'd be cautious. They don't step on my foot or this, and it's just like a lot going on. I just want to be able to have a little bit of time after we warm up and stuff, like for me time.
So what is something you do to calm yourself down or just like take a step back from the moment? Because like say we saw Michael Penix when they were playing Oregon in the third quarter, like whatever quarter, when the game was on the line, they had to go down and score. He was on the sideline freestyling. So what was it that you do to like just take a step back and make yourself remember like, bro, it's just a game. Like go out there and just do what you're supposed to do. Or are you just super serious, man?
No, I'm not super serious. It's like when I feel like I got you figured out, then it's like, when shooters miss their shots, you just got to get back in rhythm. So that's all it is getting back in rhythm and doing that. It's not really ever, or Dad say, like, just play football, you overthink, and stuff like that. Because essentially, like me personally, and I know like the receivers and all of us, like we like perfection. So sometimes when you miss, it's just like, that's not really how things are supposed to go. We put in too much work, for it to happen like this. And then, you just got to have somebody remind you, like, it is what it is. So that's why everybody serves their role. Like, you got every receiver, how to get them out they tank. Every receiver, how to, come to me, talk to me, lift me up. Like, that's just what a team is. That's what brotherhood is, lifting each other up when they're down.
It could come to either, it could be a big scale as a team or it could be on a small scale as like the players, not the whole team. How much do you think is coaching and how much do you think is the individual talent or the knowledge towards success? So like say...
No, I get what you're saying.
Say on a big scale. Say last year, since damn near almost every game was close other than 2. A lot of in Arizona, when we threw the ball, we did a play action on third down instead of running the ball or something. Like, now everyone looks at that as coaching versus, a lot of people that's not in that situation, that's just whooping folks. They're more critical on coaching versus like, this guy's a hell of a team. So I don't know if this is a good coach or not. And that's on a big scale.
Yeah.
That's on a big scale. And on a little scale, it's like, say a receiver. Is it a lot of it? Is it natural talent? How this person's just catching this ball? Or is it like or is this coaching? How he's catching the ball? You know what I'm saying? It's like How much do you think is
But you
coaching?
relate that to everything in life because it could be people in positions that you think, oh, they're not doing nothing, but since they got a good job and since they in a powerful position and stuff like that, then they get the credit. Or then if things don't and they have a bad group of people under them, then they take the fall. So it's like that. I feel like in everything in life, but coaches, I feel like they can guide you. I feel like coaches are like parents. They could guide you and pave you and help you make the right decisions. You on your own has to make the right decisions at the end of the day, no matter what. So I feel like majority of it is on the player, because you got an opportunity. You out there like you could do what you need to do to win. As long as it fits in the scheme, as long as you listen to the instruction of your coaches and everything. But it's definitely players because all coaches will tell you a player-led team is better than just a coach-led team. Like you can't have really like a dictatorship. The players got to take it upon themselves to be like, nah, we gonna change. We gonna do this. We gonna do everything we want to accomplish. The coaches is just like a map. They could just guide you like a navigation system.
Do you think you could be a legend or a legendary player without winning a championship?
Yeah.
So like how people talk stuff about NBA players or old school NBA players that like, bro, you didn't win a championship. So it's like, do you think the value of a championship, I don't know, should I frame it that way? Do you think the value of a championship is overrated? I mean, I don't know if you could really say that, but
No.
say at the end of the day, because they judge a lot of the scale of like, oh, bro, you never won a Super Bowl. Or you never won this. So it's like, does that degrade you as a player or what?
Nah, I don't think so because a lot of people are put in just overall better situations. Like when it comes to like championships and all that, like you gotta have. It can't just be 10, 12, 14, 20 of y'all. It has to be everyone. Everyone has to be bought in. Everybody got to have a lot of things on the line for it to equate. For everybody to make that run, like it's special situations. That's why it's a lot of teams that practice all summer, do the same thing, but it's only two teams at the end in the championship game. So can't say just because an NBA player ain't winning championship that they're not a great. They maybe had to do more work than the person that is just on the team. Had to just play their role.
Okay, your dad has his own cleat, the legendary DC 96, and I think it's the 93. It's just different variations. Would you want to build on that cleat, or when you get there, would you want to make your own cleat? Or do you want to just keep the legacy going and like do different variations or change up the style of his cleat?
I would want to build on it.
You want to build on it?
Yeah. Have like a different version, but I think concept because I feel like it's more like now, like just looking at life and looking at everything, it's more about like, generational. It's more about what could be passed down year after year, year after year, rather than everybody starting up they whole new wave and whole new because there's no real substance behind it. Everything as great has to have a story behind it. Every great player has have a story behind it. So I feel like when it comes to design or anything like that, like it always has to have a great story behind it.
So when you have a son, what is something you want to pass down to him?
Well, I want to pass down, basically make life as easy as possible. Regardless if he's going to value that or not, it's just, at the end of the day, I feel like it'll be without him knowing, everything will be exactly, how it's supposed to be. And whenever he's ready, I would say and whenever he understands life, then he'll have access to it.
But you still want him to go through.
Yeah, that's
so, you know what I'm saying?
But that's why I say when he's ready and fully understand what life is and how life actually is in the real world and stuff, then I feel like he'll be able to have access to all that. But off rip, nah, you can't. He still got to have that same kind of like mentality and kind of like how we grew up, which is being a nice home. But then it's just like he still has to have a lot of grit to him also. He can't just go out there being Mr. Nice Guy all the time.
But like what you said, building on that, like basically building onto that legacy, adding to the like family name, basically. I watch a lot of like time period pieces. Like that's one of my favorite genres, shows, movies, along with sci-fi. And like what a lot of people hate on now, it was the standard. It was the way of the world back then. Like you were treated how your lineage, what you know what I'm saying, what your parents did or whatever, that based on how people accept you, the different things you do. Like I think your last name and your bloodline makes it could help you out in life. It could hurt you. It could hurt you. I think a lot of people should start using their real names more because passing down a name is like more valuable than passing down a lot of other stuff. It could be up there. It could be more valuable than passing down money. Passing down a good name, like I don't know. I think a lot of people.
So that's why you Junior.
Well, no, I'm just saying name as in like your bloodline, like Sanders, your lineage.
Yeah.
So I think a lot. I'm just saying that as a general statement. Like, I feel like a lot of people should start like using your name and building on your name, not a freaking Instagram, a nickname. Like, because when you have your last name, you want your bloodline to be royalty. You want it to be like greatness. When people hear that last name or see one of y'all, you want them to act right. They got to come with it. This is royalty. Like you got to treat us like a king, not just me or him. Everybody around here. You know what I'm saying? So,
but all that comes with great responsibility too.
1,000%.
That's a lot of things. I don't think a lot of people want to, take a risk because now, okay, you got all these, fake Instagram names, all this cool stuff. Then it's like, if they knew your real name with that, I don't feel like you would be acting the same way.
Yeah.
I don't think people would act the same way if they first last name, was on something. Cause like that's actually you, bro. Like everybody's gonna remember you off of basically what you did and not just a random nickname.
1,000%. Or like say, yeah. I don't know. You just want to always add on to the family, add on to the lineage, the legacy. So I'm just saying that as a general statement. Whoever watches this, I feel like y'all should think about that. But life, what really inspires you? What's your motivation, basically, or what do you get inspiration from?
I really say in this moment is really not really letting a lot of kids down that believe in me. That's the main thing that inspired me. Is when you see kids hold their wrists up, they have a different joy on their face. And I just really think that's the main thing. It's just really just for the kids, honestly. Because, I mean, like a lot of like adults and a lot of older people, they hate and they not. It's just a lot of negativity in the world. So I feel like the kids and all that, like, they're more pure and they don't really understand all the way what society has turned into. So